we can't see you.
On the chamber website a handful of times. I don't find myself going there terribly often. I may just not know what's there. Like, what things are on the website that would be a benefit to getting more plugged in with the chamber?
That's a great question, Nathan. So a couple of things that stood out to me is the calendar of events. So rollachamber.org only has chamber events on it. If you're looking for community events, you need to go to visitrolla.com. So if you go to rollachamber.org, all of the chamber events are on there, and that's where you're going to go to say what's happening with the chamber this month. You can change the view on the events calendar to be like a list or a calendar view. I personally like calendar view the best. And then you can click and see what's happening this week or next month, what have you, to make sure that you have those on your calendar or that you can go. And when you click on each of those events, it's going to give you a description of the event that's happening and a button to register or how to register or if there's any fees or who the sponsor is. Maybe you want to follow up with the sponsor and those types of stuff. It's got to have a lot of really helpful information on there. And then the other thing that will be helpful on the website is the business directory. Do you have any ideas on the business directory?
Yes. So that's a great resource for you. If you're looking for a particular member business, they're listed alphabetically and categorically. You can search them online. If you log in, you can also, you don't have to log in. You can just go to rollachamber.org. But also one of the benefits of your chamber listing is enhancing your listing on our website. So you have the ability to add photos, logos. There's an about us section where you could go into detail about your business, hours of operation. You can add videos. There's a bullet. You can add highlights and bullet points about your business. There's really great ways to enhance your listing and make it really look great because our website gets a lot of hits. People go to our website a lot looking for business, and the better you look, they're more apt to click on your link and go from there. So hopefully that answers your question. I just feel like it's a really good resource.
And back to the calendar thing, I feel like that is a common question that we get of people saying, I'm not seeing my event on your calendar. So Lister, thank you for posting those 2 links there.
Yeah.
So if your business or organization is hosting an event, definitely make sure you're sending that over to us, and that will go on the Visit Rolla calendar, not on the Rolla Chamber calendar. Like, we get that question a lot of, I don't see my event, but if it's your event, it will go on the Visit Rolla community events calendar, not our chamber one.
And I'll add to that Visit Rolla calendar. Again, we try to comb. I mean, Abby does a great job of combing the newspapers, Facebook, wherever flyers around town, and making sure every event is on that calendar. But it can go as far out. So if your business is hosting, a sidewalk sale, or something big, or you're part of a community organization that's hosting a 5K, make sure those events are listed on visitrolla.com, even if it's December of 2027. Get it on the calendar. We can always add on there more details coming later, more details coming soon, because we're trying to really get people to refer to that calendar when they're hosting an event in the community to cross-reference it, because there's been weekends we've had 3 5Ks on a weekend, which is great, but it'd be better if those were spread out. So it's a great source to not only promote your event, but also go look at and say, like, what else is going on this weekend? And of course, you're always welcome to call our office. We have a lot of businesses. I think we're getting a lot of them trained to do that. Like, hey, I'm thinking of hosting ABC event. What do you know of anything going on the weekend of April 15th or something like that? So definitely do that. And from the tourism standpoint, I pull a lot of those Visit Rolla events to promote in our own marketing when I'm promoting Rolla. And I'll touch on that a little bit from the tourism side of events. There is kind of 2 sides to the chamber for those of you that are newer. There is our chamber, but we also have kind of our tourism side that we do a lot of promotion and marketing of Rolla outside this area. So you might not necessarily see all of those tourism efforts here in Rolla, but again, we're promoting to bring people into our community to shop, to dine overnight, even if it's conferences, sporting events, that type of thing. So again, Visit Rolla is also a great source, again, for things going on in the area. And again, we pull from that a lot to promote things going on in our community for free.
Nathan, back to your question, there's also like when you log into your account over on the left, you're gonna see there's a hot deals tab. Maybe a member has posted a deal that's available that you want to take advantage of. There's a member to member deals. So a member can post a special for members of the chamber, so you can check those out. There's also a news release section where if someone has sent us a press release about their business, something they have going on, a new person on their staff, whatever, you can check those out there as well. And then of course there's the job board, the job posting. So if you have a need to look at those, you can access that from logging into the website as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've
In
never been
our-
to visit, I've never been to visit Rolla.org, so, or .com, so that's a
.com.
whole nother sphere that I had knew
It
nothing
totally
about,
is.
so.
Glad we could teach something new today.
It does get a little confusing, so when in doubt, just email us your event. Because like I said, if you're a member, Robin will get it on the Wednesday email, the member announcements, and then we can get on the community events calendar. So send it to any of us, we'll get it where it needs to go.
Yeah.
Cool.
In the chat, oh, sorry, go ahead, Nathan.
I thought of, I'm very curious, so I could easily dominate a lot of time. This will be my last question, but do you mind just going around there? I know each of you a little bit, but I don't know like what your specialty or your focus is. Do you mind just going around the room and like,
Yes.
what's your focus and what do you do for the chamber?
We'll start with Robin.
Okay, so I'm Robin. I am the membership director. So my focus is obviously membership, retention, and recruitment, helping members explore their benefits and the services that the chamber offers. So any membership pertaining questions or whatever, I'm your girl.
I'm Stevie Kears. I'm the executive director here at the Chamber of Commerce. I've been here for 27 years, and I think I've done every single person's role before I was the executive director. So I don't know. I don't have any specialty.
Yes, she does.
Stevie's in charge of all of us.
She keeps us in line. It's cats.
Here's what she does. I'm Amy. Amy Campbell. I'm the tourism director. And as I mentioned briefly, my job is kind of a separate part of the chamber. And what I do is market Rolla to things outside the area. We kind of have a different fund. Just briefly, we're funded by that motel tax. We have a contract with the city. So that money comes to the chamber. And with that, we run the visitor center. And my job is to market and promote Rolla.
I'm Abby Oser. I do programs and events here at the chamber. So anything to do with our education committee or our young professionals group that we have here with the chamber, as well as special events, planning and coordination, sponsorships, and all things to do with events.
And I'm Abby. I'm Abby Chasteen. I'm the executive assistant here and kind of a little bit of everything. Like I said, I help add the events to the Visit Rolla calendar. I help with Phelps for the Fort, do the job board, and also our Circle of Influence leads group. So if you guys have any questions about any of those things, let me know.
Yeah. So that introduction did really kind of share a lot about what our organization does. We kind of have three different buckets with the chamber. We have Chamber of Commerce, so thinking business centric, and then tourism, fun, all kinds of great activities. However, chamber is fun too, but really exciting community. So it's going to be the community as a whole. And then we also have the foundation. So I don't know if everybody is aware that our Chamber of Commerce does operate a 501c3 foundation. And that is where that foundation houses our education efforts as well as our military efforts. So our education efforts, we do have an education committee. We work on a big program called Show Me Scholars and Tech Masters. We get a lot of scholarship donations that come in. Bulldog Pride Night that's coming up, teacher appreciation, all of those types of things fall under the education bucket. Military relations is our Phelps for the Fort committee. And really anything to do with veterans services or Fort Leonard Wood outreach, anything that's military focused. And both of the education and military all fall under the foundation. So hopefully that helps explain a little bit more about our organization. And I did want to hit on when we were talking about how to get involved with the Chamber of Commerce. Shay Hawkins is one of our outstanding ambassadors, and she put in the chat over here an overlooked networking opportunity is attending ribbon cuttings. So that definitely does get overlooked a lot. So you guys will see in your member emails, on social media, all of those types of things, that businesses are hosting ribbon cuttings. And so they partner with the Chamber of Commerce to host the cutting. We bring ribbon, scissors, and the team, all of these amazing board members and ambassadors. But our membership at large, or the community at large, is invited to come to ribbon cuttings. And you would be amazed at the amazing networking opportunities that happen at a ribbon cutting. So think about yourself. You're a business owner or an employee of a company, and you guys are having this wonderful celebration. We're new to the community, or we're having our 10-year anniversary, whatever it happens to be, and you are having a ribbon cutting. So would you like it if 50 people from the community just showed up to go, hey, what do you do? Or congratulations on your anniversary, or welcome to the community? Yes, the answer to that question is yes. You would love if all of those people came into your business to celebrate, or your organization to learn more about the services that you provide. Well, that's the same for you. If you're not the business hosting the ribbon cutting, you should still be coming to that ribbon cutting so you can celebrate alongside them. You can learn more about the products and services that they provide, and you can network with all of the other people that are attending. You never know when you're going to make that magic connection that's going to benefit you. So you guys are all invited to attend.
And you can find those ribbon cuttings on the Monday email and also on the chamber calendar on our website.
Yes. If there's no immediate questions, hey, Abby Chasteen, would you mind talking about the Leads group?
Yes, so we have our Circle of Influence Leads group. It meets the first and third Tuesday of every month at 8 a.m. The location varies a little bit, but it's a great group. So one business per category is allowed in the group. There is an annual fee of $150 to join the group. And we have one meeting dedicated to passing referrals and leads around. And then usually our second meeting of the month, we meet up at a member's business to kind of learn a little bit more about what they do and what they have to offer so that everybody in the group can better understand how to refer them. We have lots of categories open in the group. If that's something you would be interested in, definitely reach out to me and we can check and see if your category is open, and we'd love to have you in the group.
Great. Lister is asking a specific question in the chat about a local business having problems struggling with paying their state taxes online, because the mail seems to be a constant concern with people. I know it's been a big issue with us this year too. And Lister, I think that a CPA could definitely help them with that more specifically. But this is a really great question for you to ask, because we do get, I mean, the Chamber of Commerce is a great resource for the entire community, whether you're a chamber member or not, or just a citizen of the community, because what we do, one of our biggest services, is connecting people with the proper resources. So that question, what I would recommend is they contact a CPA, and we do refer our chamber member businesses. But since I can't look at all of those right now, since we're on the call, I would suggest you go to rollachamber.org and go to our business listing. And one of the things that you can do when you go to the member listing is you can click on categories, and we do have a CPA category. You can narrow that focus down. So click on the CPAs or type in CPAs, and it'll populate the next page with all of the CPAs that belong to the Chamber of Commerce. And then you have their contact information. Another thing that we do is we do not just randomly give out email addresses, because it kind of opens you up to a lot of spam opportunities. So we do not post your emails on our website. But what we do have is you can message members through the website. There is a button on there that lets you send an email directly to that business. But for something specific like the question that Lister's asking, I would call the CPAs and talk to them. I would not send an email. So for if you are a chamber member, you might get an email that comes to you, and usually from our website, it looks a little different because they'll have a big block at the top of it. I think mine always come through yellow, and it says this is an external email or something like that. But don't let that like alert you. That just means that they are messaging you through the chamber's website. Um, and then also another conversation going in the chat is our text alerts. So another way to stay informed with what the chamber has going on is to make sure that you have joined all of our text alerts. So we have the chamber that sends out text alerts, tourism sends out text alerts, and if you're part of the collective, our young professionals group, they send out some reminders through text as well. So if you'd like to get those, they've populated what you need to do to join in the chat. And speaking of
I'm
young professionals, oh,
Yeah, I was
Nathan,
gonna. I'm right on the edge of being a young professional, but I still qualify, I believe. So, uh,
yes.
I've heard about it. I've talked a little bit to Forrest about it, but I am interested in joining the group. So, tell me about what's the added benefit of being in that group beyond the chamber.
Yeah, so the collective is a whole nother layer to the chamber, and it's specifically for that 21 to 45-year-old that is looking to make connections locally amongst all the different types of industries and roles within those industries. And the group gets together, we do educational meetings, we do social type meetings, things like business tours and coffees. It's always kind of ever changing for the collective schedule, but at the end of the day, it's a networking group. And those connections that you form, you then understand and see those people at First Friday Coffee, at the chamber luncheons, and it kind of creates a less intimidating atmosphere for you to walk into because you already have deeper connected with some of these other young professionals who may then introduce you to their boss and those that are maybe not so young professionals within their industry. And so it's a connections group. It's very good for getting your feet wet in the community and again, meeting a lot of different people from all different avenues and all different industries here in Rolla in the surrounding areas. We've got people that are right at that 21 age. And then we have several that are towards the end of their period in the collective. We say that they graduate when they reach 45 and they move on. And several of those that have graduated have said that they miss it and they enjoyed their time in the collective. It's a more laxed version of those chamber meetings, and it kind of gives that time to practice their pitches, to practice making those one-off connections and learning to just kind of stumble into the networking instead of having to feel so structured and firm. Overall, it's a social and educational group for young people to meet and greet and get connected.
I would also add to that. I'm on the board and an ambassador, but I'm not a member of the collective, and I should be. But to that point, when I joined the chamber, it was to kind of separate myself outside of my dad because I work with my dad. And then to just really be a part of the community because I didn't grow up in Rolla. I grew up in St. James. So even though I'm from here, I didn't really know anybody in the business community. So my point with that is that like everyone I knew in the chamber was like already knew my dad and were older. And I feel like I'm kind of in that mid level of ages there where like the collective seems like it's younger, but to grow your business, right, like to stay with those younger people who are going to continue in that business community for a longer period of time would probably be advantageous depending on what your business is. I would assume that's advantageous for most businesses. So like for myself, it probably is something I should do to connect with, even if they're younger than me, to connect with those people as well, so long as I still fit in that area. So like I do, I'm not 45 yet, but like we're getting closer. So I've got some time left in that area. So, just as like, it's essentially the same thing as the chamber, but a smaller group, a little bit more age focused. So just to connect with people closer to your age and to like narrow that down a little bit. So it should be, in my opinion, it would be advantageous for anybody who meets that age level. hasn't graduated yet, you know. And then two more things is I can't access the chat. Sorry, my IT doesn't let me do that. But like we talked about different events and things earlier. So somebody who's new to the chamber, I was talking to them at First Friday Coffee on this just last Friday, and they were incredibly surprised by the turnout of First Friday Coffee and how many people were actually there. And I would say that was even somewhat of a smaller group. I mean, they've been larger than that too. And so it's just a really good turnout almost every Friday. That one's especially good for networking because that's really all you're doing. So if you just want to go and talk to people or learn about someone's business or just get your face out there, I think that that's a big side of it too, is like, even if you're not talking to anybody, the more that you go to those events, the more you're going to be known because you're going to those events, and a lot of people attend those events. And then they also mentioned how incredible the marketing is of the chamber. So all of the available marketing opportunities that, like, if you're running your own business and it's not really something that you have time to do, that you can use the chamber for in order to get yourself out there, whether that's through attending events, using their page, posting your events or whatever you have going on their pages. I would say even like commenting on social media posts, because that's also going to get your name out there. And they do a massive, massive, massive amount of social media. Like, I don't know if you just scrolling through their Facebook page and I'm more or less Instagram if that's your thing, but like specifically Facebook, there's so many, like, welcome to the chamber, here's what's going on, here's a business of the week, like any of those things. You can't go to events. Just getting your name out there on social media is a great marketing strategy, right? Like, the more people know who you are and what you do, like the more recognition you're going to get. So those would all I'd say, like, things that can greatly benefit you as a business and doesn't even require attendance or talking to people. So, okay, anyway, that's all I got.
No, those were great.
Good.
And I love the off the wall things about like you mentioned, the networking that's not just so black and white and obvious, like getting online on social media and commenting. Those are just different things that people don't think of outside the box way of thinking about networking. And you're exactly right. You just want to have all these opportunities to meet new people. And so another one is like, whenever we post a new member joined the Chamber of Commerce, a lot of times they're new to the area or a new business in the community, or they might have been here for a while and just joined the chamber. But that's a good way for you to get to meet other people. You could stop in and visit them and say, hey, I saw that you joined the Chamber of Commerce and it just got me thinking. I just wanted to welcome you. I'm also a chamber member. I want to invite you to come to a thing with me or join me at the First Friday Coffee, or I just wanted to introduce myself. Don't invite them to come to anything. Just take a business card in and say, saw that you joined the Chamber of Commerce and I just wanted to introduce myself to you and meet you. It means a lot to people. Our board members and ambassadors do get privy to new members joining and their email addresses. And so they're always really good about shooting a message to those new businesses and saying, hey, thanks for joining the Chamber of Commerce. I'm so-and-so. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But just because you're not a board member or an ambassador doesn't mean you can't also do that. And it really does mean a lot to people when they see those people come in.
Also, with the ambassadors, a great point, if you don't have the time to always make it to a ton of events and networking seems daunting and you're looking for specific types of connections, a great person to ask is an ambassador, like, hey, I'm looking for a connection in the so-and-so industry. Who can you tell me in this room that does that? And they're going to be able to point you out specifically who to walk right up to and start talking to help you with whatever you're looking for. Absolutely.
I'll touch on something. It's kind of a little bit different of a benefit that kind of got me thinking when Lister was talking, like, oh, this business, I know he was talking about specifically tax problems, but we've had some businesses in the past that have had some struggles, like, how do I get my name out there? Or, we'll sit down and talk with you too. Like if there's a business that just needs some ideas, maybe they're new, maybe what they're doing is not working. That's something that we do individually. We have over the years. We've really sat down and just kind of like gave the person some ideas of what they can do. You know, things I think of specifically, like if somebody who's in the retail business, like, hey, have you ever thought of going to surrounding businesses and offering a 10% coupon? Or maybe you're a small bakery and taking a sample of your cookies to an office full of women. You know, we love cookies. It's like no better way to sell yourself. But just little things like that. But also you'll find your other business partners and people in the community know those ideas too, and which touch on, I don't want to steal Robin's thunder, but because she may bring it up, but seminars. The one awesome thing that we really do is offer seminars that you can do over your lunch hour that are very powerful. It's information you would get from going to a 3-day conference, but here we offer it in a small seminar that you can do over your lunch hour for little to no cost. And it's providing that great information for, you know, small businesses. Sometimes we've had panel discussions of other small businesses telling their strengths and weaknesses and what they've struggled with. So I'd say definitely get involved with any seminar that you can. But I will brag on Robin too. She goes around, I don't know if everybody knows this, and visits our members several times throughout the week individually. So yeah, there is something, either you, maybe you're new and need ideas or struggling, or you know of a business, you know, let Robin know because she is out there connecting with those members weekly and helping offer information. But just know that we're here on a personal level too. If anybody ever has questions or anything we can ever do to help. So.
Yeah, if you kind of listen, the common theme here is visibility. So the more you can connect and be out there, more people are going to connect your face to your business. That way, when they're looking for a particular service or particular business, your name is going to pop in their head and they're going to refer you. So it's all about those connections and just being visible in the community.
I think it's really too like what you put into it, you get out of it. And I think we've kind of said that a lot before. And I know some businesses are only able to put in so much because you're not able to go to events or you're busy just running your business and things like that. And that's okay too. But truly, like, that's why I like to make a difference between like if you can't attend events, there are other ways that you can get your name out there. And probably equally as important for your business as attending those events. But because I'm not somebody who like wants to go to a million things after work all of the time. And I know we talk about that a lot. So even if it's just like one event a week or once a month, it might take you longer in order to get that sort of recognition and have people know you or to be able to get the full benefit out of it. But the more that you can do, the better off you'll be and the more like benefits that you'll reap from it, I think. So
yes, I agree, Katie. And the other thing is there's other ways to be involved in events. You don't have to necessarily attend them. You can volunteer behind the scenes and set up or whatever. You can donate
sponsorships.
Yes, we also have obviously committees and things that you can sit on and make connections through those opportunities. So there's a number of ways that you can, I feel like we offer a variety of ways to help you connect and to help you grow your businesses and your organizations. And again, if you ever have any questions, I'm happy, or any of us are happy to sit down and talk to you in length about marketing opportunities or ways to just be more visible and connect with people. So
I would like for you to hit on the Wednesday email that we send out, the difference between Monday and Wednesday and what all is in the Wednesday email.
Okay, so we talked about the Monday email. The Monday email is specifically about chamber events. You're going to find things on there such as our events, upcoming events, dates, times, locations, who our new members are, where our next ribbon cutting is, all of those important. If there's anything that's important to the membership that we feel is important, we're going to put that on the Monday email. The Wednesday email is all about you guys, all about our members. So if you have an event that you're having, or you just have an important announcement that you want to make, maybe you've added a new service to your business or a new location or something like that, this is the email that you want to utilize. And the great thing about it is there's no cost to add information on this email. It's part of your benefits package. So it goes out every Wednesday morning. If it's an event, it's going to be listed by event date. It's going to have your business name next to it. And then I ask that you either send me a PDF, a link to an event page, or a link to a website, and I hyperlink that so people can just click on that information and pull it up. If it's a general announcement, same thing, just send me a PDF or a link to a website. It's going to be in a different location on the email. Besides events, there's a general announcement section, but I have restructured the Wednesday email, so it's broken out a little bit more. I have like community events, fundraisers and causes, arts and theater, things like that. So be sure and check all those sections out because there's so much great information. There's a lot going on in our community. If you haven't checked it out, I highly encourage you. But like Amy said, or Abby said, these are chamber events. These are not like, the community calendar is a little bit different. So some of the things that go on the community calendar are not going to go on the Wednesday email. However, Abby and I cross reference both of those calendars. So a lot of chamber events are on the community calendar, but just to know the difference there.
If you're able to access the chat, we did put a link so you can see the latest Wednesday email in case for some reason you missed it, if you don't get them, they went to your junk or spam. And if you are not getting our weekly emails, please let us know so we can make sure that you're added to the list because we send out our communications through a couple of different sources. We have a membership software where that we use to communicate with you guys, but we also use Constant Contact. And sometimes people are not in constant contact and we don't know that until we know. And then we'll get you added into there. We try to sync those two, but sometimes, technology happens.
Does anybody have any questions about the Wednesday email or how to submit you would send me your information to my email. Hopefully by the end of the day on Tuesday in order to include it on that Wednesday email because it goes out first thing on Wednesday morning. So,
And it's different every Wednesday because stuff is always added.
Yeah.
So don't think you looked at it last Wednesday that it's going to be the same.
Yeah.
Look at it again.
Good point. Same with the Monday email. It
Yeah.
looks the same. It's kind of got the same format, but there's always new information in there. Scroll all the way down,
yeah.
all the way down because we might pop a new section in there every
Yes.
so often. So,
Yes.
Abby, can you talk a little bit about the job board?
Yes, so if you are here, we just talked about the job board earlier. You can access that through the rollachamber.org website. But if your business is hiring, you can post a job for free onto the job board. All you would need to do is send me over the job title, job description, how people can apply, and your business logo, and I will take care of the rest and get it posted for you. And like I said, it's totally free. And that auto-populates to our Facebook page right now as well. You can also log into your member login through the chamber and post your job that way. But if you don't want to do that, you can definitely send that over to me and I can get it posted for you. It's a great resource. I know Geared for Phelps and us as well promotes the job board quite a bit. So
It gets thousands of hits
it
every
does,
month
yeah.
on the job board.
And those are going to be local people looking at that. So I know sometimes when you post on Indeed or those other websites, kind of maybe we've heard get some junk stuff. So this is going to just be totally local people applying for those job positions.
I have a
Yeah.
question about that. So we're the Salvation Army. So what we do is usually post them on our website. Are you, is that when you say you post the job, is it sharing our link or is it creating a job listing on Rolla Chamber?
Yeah, so it's
You know-
a totally separate listing. We don't share the jobs. Like if you post it on your Facebook, we're not going to directly share your post to our Facebook page. And that goes back to us combing the internet for things. So if I or anybody else sees a job on Facebook, I do submit that to the job board, but it will auto-populate to our Facebook page if that makes sense. That kind of answer your question, but it will be a separate listing on the job board.
Okay, and can we link to it? Because these days
Yes.
all
Yeah, if you
applications
have
are done
like a-
online. So
Yeah, sorry. If you have a careers page and that's how people apply for the job, I can link to that. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And volunteer opportunities as well.
Yes.
I will post the job board in the chat now, so you guys can kind of see what it looks like.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have a couple of like major employers in the community that always are hiring. And so on their website, they have their own careers page. And so you'll see that we will link to that, like say Phelps Health, S&T, they are always hiring at some point. So we will have a listing for them that links to their careers page. But sometimes they want to highlight one specific job. Maybe they're looking for a specific type of nurse or an admin assistant or whatever it happens to be. And we can also add that separate listing. So we might have your careers page always posted, but you might have an admin assistant or an executive director's job that you also want to really highlight. We can add that as a second listing too.
Absolutely. And I posted the job board link there if you want to click on it and kind of look and see what they all look like on there. And if you have a job posting, definitely send it over to me and I can get it posted.
I'd like to ask Amy to talk a little bit about tourism. I know your advertisements we don't all see because you're promoting outside to draw people in. But if we want to engage with your social media or go look at stuff, where do we go? How's it work?
Yes, so as I mentioned earlier, there is a whole separate side to the chamber, or we still all under the umbrella of the chamber, and it works well because that way we stay in tune with the business community and what's going on. But we have the website visitrolla.com. And we are also on social media, Visit Rolla. So it's Visit Rolla on Instagram, Visit Rolla on Facebook, and we are even on TikTok. So same thing with those pages as I talked about the website. We do promote things going on in the area. So I'll just kind of pull, think tourism related events, tourism related businesses. So, think shopping, dining, just kind of highlighting fun things to do in our community, seasonal events. Those are all on those pages. And then occasionally we work with businesses. If we, again, tourism isn't just the leisure traveler. When we talk tourism, it is also the business traveler. It is also conferences, conventions, fairs, festivals, the sports travelers, especially the sports travelers. Those bring a lot of people to our community. So if your organization is working, is working and there's a chance to have that conference here in Rolla, let us know, because that is what I do, what our office does. We can connect you with maybe you need an event venue, or maybe you need caterers or entertainment. That is all the services that we offer as well, all for free, and we can make those connections and help you out. And I will say another thing that we have that's really awesome through our tourism efforts is our Destination Rolla grant. It's kind of our way of sponsoring events that bring people in from outside the area. 50-mile radius is kind of what the Missouri Division of Tourism calls, a tourist. So if you are hosting something that brings somebody in from outside 50-mile radius, you might qualify for our Destination Rolla grant. And that application opens up every fall for the following year. Last year we gave out $75,000 in grants. So you can get a grant for anywhere from currently $500 to $4,000, depending upon how many people it brings in, how many overnight stays. So that's something that we also have available. It is a reimbursement grant, so the money isn't actually awarded till after the event. There's a small report you have to do, but again, it's kind of our way of being able to sponsor and help those events and kind of maybe entice those conferences that are currently happening at the lake, but maybe they can happen at Rolla. That might be something you want to look at for your organization or business. So yeah, definitely a lot of opportunities on the tourism side, Visit Rolla, but also like we were talking about, Katie brought up a very good point about, also commenting on social media. And it's funny you say that, Katie, because at New Event Center, Rad Dads, I think he's been commenting on all of our Visit Rolla stuff, and I love it. And it's sticking out to me. So when you said that, I was like, I know what you're talking about. And you're kind of like, oh, who is that? So it does build a little bit of curiosity, but it also helps us as a community as a whole. Like, you guys know how social media is. It's a little bit of a beast. You got to beat those algorithms. So anytime that you can comment on a fellow businesses like, hey, went there, it was really awesome, or like it, or share it, it helps all of us. So definitely do that on the chamber side. Definitely do that on the Visit Rolla side, because I do see those and I'm kind of like, oh, who's that? And then I try to go engage with them as Visit Rolla. So yeah, We all need to like, share, and comment on each other.
Well, you just made me think about something too. As you're like sharing and commenting, you should do this as an individual, but then log in as your business or your organization page and also like, comment, and share. That way, grad dads,
Yeah.
you know, they probably did that and then logged out and logged in as their individual and then make another comment because then you're engaging, but then your business is engaging with that business. So.
And you never know what's going to go viral. Sometimes it's the, strangest posts and stuff, but it's really cool because then it just starts to really gain momentum and be seen out there. So, but yeah, does anybody have any question on our tourism efforts or need a better understanding of anything I explained?
Shannon had a question.
Yes.
Does tourism also include a golf?
Yes, if it brings in people from outside a 50-mile radius. So the Destination Rolla grant, even though there's a lot of great cause-worthy things in the community, it has to prove that it brings in people from outside a 50-mile radius. And preferably overnight stays, but not always, because there's sometimes, a one-day event that may bring in 1,000 people. And if people are coming to our community for the day, they're going to spend money. So,
that would probably be more like a US Open type thing.
yeah.
Like a golf tournament, like if
Yeah.
that was to have a big open.
Yeah, but that's not to say that if, maybe next year Oak Meadow, say, hosts, a huge like high school golf tournament and it's bringing in a bunch of schools. Like we do work with the schools sometimes and the university they've applied for the Destination Rolla grant in the past. Again, it just has to prove that it brings in, overnight stays and or people from outside a 50-mile radius. So.
Hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
Tourism think outside coming in.
Yeah.
If that helps.
And we also have a visitor's guide too. I don't have one on me. But it is available. I'll have Abby put the link in there too. So we have a nice little visitor's guide. It's kind of fun. It's just A to Z what to do in Rolla, but there's QR codes that link to like restaurants, shopping, seasonal events. So if if you want any of those in your business, if it fits your business model and just like to have those to hand out to your customers or clients, we'll definitely have those on hand. We've got several welcome packets we're putting together for different conferences, the university. We're always happy to have those in there too.
Can you elaborate on that and how the service you provide when people are bringing in a lot of people with the packet?
So, and Lister was on here earlier, so he reminds me of that because we were just talking about this. They're having like their Optimist convention here soon. So they'll be hosting that here in Rolla. So we're putting together welcome packets. And what those welcome packets can be, we have Rolla Phelps County maps. Yes, people still use maps. And our visitor's guide. And then sometimes we have, Rolla stickers, Rolla koozies, just little things that we can put in those welcome bags. And we have Rolla plastic bags, so you don't have to provide those. We have those as well. And that's all a free service, just anything to help make your event better, really be able to get those visitors familiar with our community and what's going on, or just having something that they can take back with them. If that's ever something you're interested in, just let us know. The sooner the better, even if it's 6 months out, because then sometimes we can maybe order some fun items, kind of Rolla swag to put in there if we have it on hand. We always try to keep Rolla swag on hand. So, and same thing goes for if you just need maybe a VIP, maybe you have a special guest speaker coming in from out of town that you want them to have a nice little Rolla gift, or, something like a fundraiser that you want a Rolla box. We have little swag boxes that has stuff in it too that we'll be happy to provide. So just get a hold of us. Again, sooner we know, the better.
So we like to plan ahead.
Yes. The better the gift will be, the further ahead we know.
We only have a few more minutes left of our allotted time here. Is there any other questions?
I was just going to ask you guys two things so that if they don't know, you know. About how many events do you guys put on each year for free? Like how many opportunities are there to attend something? And how many members do you have?
How many members, Robin?
572.
572 members is our current membership. Now that's businesses and organizations. So think most people have more than one employee. So, and also if you work for a chamber member business or organization, you are a chamber member. Your entire organization is invited to participate with all of our functions. You do not have to just be the executive director or whoever the point of contact is for your company that's on our database, your whole company is the member. And then free events that we have, I know our First Freddy coffees are free to attend. Any Zooms, anyways, of our Zooms are going to be free to attend. A lot of our functions, like seminars and the chamber luncheons, they're held with food included. So there's typically a fee to be a part of that, because we also have rental of the facility and then those types of things. So, but it's a very
It's a
nominal
minimal,
fee. Yeah, it's not anything outrageous. And you've got to buy lunch anyways, most of the time. So you might as well come to the seminar or the chamber luncheon. I think there's also something.
Some other free events to get involved with, our Freedom Parade, our Christmas Parade, those are free to enter. Brand exposure through those. Those are massive community turnout events, and a lot of fun. You'll see a lot of other chamber members and other community businesses involved in that. And then we've also got you can attend things like Bulldog Pride Night or the St. Pat's 5K, and just being around with the rest of the group, even if you're not paying to be a vendor or paying to sponsor, attending those events are a great way to just connect with other chamber people because they're there and hanging out. And those are usually pretty fun events.
Yeah,
Volunteering at those types of events as
We always need volunteers.
Yeah. Come to
My,
Bulldog
my
Pride
point
Night
with that was just that there's lots of opportunities that you guys do every single month for people to attend. I think there's like at least maybe 100 events a year, not all free, but at least 100 events that chamber members can attend.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I will say
It's a
that's one
lot.
thing I love about our chamber is there's so many different levels to get involved. And I love that we even have sponsorship levels that small businesses, I know they don't have the big pot of money to do a $10,000 sponsorship, but there's things you can get involved in for as little as $100, $200 and have your name out there and be involved.
Or door prizes, even if you can't do that, there's opportunity for door
always a
prizes.
great idea.
Well, and our Phelps to the Fort meetings are also free. You don't have to join at any sort of donor level to be a part of that group. It's a great networking opportunity as well if you're a military-minded individual or your business is.
Door prizes is a great one. It's another great way to be involved because you probably have some type of a swag, or if you're trying to do a member to member connection, maybe I don't have a gift certificate that I can provide, but if I bought from one of my friend businesses a gift certificate, I'm also promoting their business through the gift certificate, but then I'm the donor. So you can give door prizes to anything. You don't have to be the host of the First Freddy Coffee to do a door prize. You could still, if you wanted to donate a door prize, we'll give it away. We're always looking for door prizes at the chamber luncheons every single month. Pretty much everything we do. If we don't want a door prize, we'll be happy to tell you, but we're down to take your door prize.
We also have a monthly honoree at our luncheons, and we
Yeah.
ask for donations that go in the honorees gift box as well. So if that's something you want to donate to the honoree, it also helps give them back in our community if you do a gift card to a local business here.
We have a couple questions in the chat before we close as well. Forrest is asking, I've heard several members say that the Raleigh Chamber is next level compared to other chambers. What's the secret sauce that makes the Raleigh Chamber so outstanding? And I do definitely think that it's because you have a wonderful chamber staff that really does adore our community and really has a lot of passion for the organization, but your business and your organization as well. And we have the best members. I feel like we have very passionate board members. We have very passionate ambassadors. That's why they're volunteering. They're ambassadors for the community. And it's people like you guys that are logged in here today that want to be a part of making it a great community that make it great. Does anybody have anything else to add?
I think also we offer so many diverse opportunities for our members to connect and be involved and promote their business. I think that is great. And I think we're very approachable. I think our staff is very approachable. If you ever have a problem or a concern, or you just need to brainstorm, we're here and we're always ready to listen and help. And we're all, as Stevie said, we're very passionate about what we do. You guys are very important to us, and we want to see you all be as successful as you can be.
The other question in here was, do you have any chamber hacks? Thinking things that you've seen individuals do that really enhance their involvement. And Shay Hawkins, if she's still on the call, you need to connect with Shay because she's got all the tips. Shay is, we see behind the scenes of all the stuff that Shay does, but I think what really stands out and makes somebody the secret sauce is being so engaged. So like following up. I saw that a new member joined the chamber. I'm going to shoot them a message and welcome them, or I'm going to stop by and welcome them. And then I'm going to sit with different people at the chamber luncheons. I know we kind of glazed over the chamber luncheon, but I think one of the biggest things that you can do is make a new connection every single time. Sit with different people, invite people to sit with you. Come to the First Friday Coffee and talk to different people. Don't go talk to the same person every single time. You've already made that connection. Let's make a new connection. Introducing someone to someone else, being the connector. It's not about me. I'm connecting you guys together, because then you still became that resource that connected these people together. So really thinking about other people besides just yourself. That's the secret sauce. Connecting and welcoming and engaging with others,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right, Shannon. Shannon said the same thing. Visibility, be present.
Mhm.
Events is so important. And it's kind of like I mentioned earlier, if it fits your business model and you are coming to a luncheon or a First Friday Coffee or something, it doesn't just have to be your business card. You know, maybe it is a sample from your business or a coupon. Like coupons don't cost you a lot of money to make. And if they use them, great. They're coming in your store. I have a coupon I'm using now. I'm gonna be spending some money. So, you know, it's just one of those things that's another idea of something, or taking samples or going into another business. You don't necessarily have to come to a chamber event, but I've seen some chamber members go and introduce themselves into, if it fits the business model, again, hey, just letting you know I'm new in town. Here's a coupon to my business. Again, those are the things I think that help make a lot of our members successful.
Just thinking out of the box, ways to connect with people. Like, I don't know if y'all know this, but if you host a First Friday Coffee, we collect business cards at that event. After the event is over, I always give those business cards to the host business, and they can use those to email thank you cards, thank you for attending, add them to their email list for other communications. So there's all kinds of just little ways that you can connect and gain visibility and just show your appreciation to other members.
Absolutely.
So
something that Phelps County Bank does is the ribbon cuttings that we host. Every single ribbon cutting,
yes,
that business gets a floral delivery sent to them the day of their ribbon cutting in a PCB labeled. It looks like a little
flower pot.
Flower pot. Yes, thank you.
Clay pot.
Kind of looks like a coffee cup too, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think.
And it has their logo on it.
Yes, I think it's a cup that looks like a flower pot.
Yes. And they partnered with the Something Special florist. And so I'm assuming they provided the pots, cups, whatever. And so they just have them deliver those florals to every single ribbon cutting the day of. What a grand gesture. They're not asking for anything in return. They're just like, congratulations on your ribbon cutting. Here's some beautiful flowers to display. So if that fits your budget, that might be something you could do, or, moderate it however fits your budget. So
yeah, like Stevie said, partnering with other businesses is a great way to be involved, or maybe you can co-sponsor something or whatever. There's always a way to work together and make it work for both of you.
Yeah.
So
use your chamber membership to make those connections with other businesses and individuals.
absolutely.
I think we answered everything that was in the chat, and I want to be mindful of everybody's time. We appreciate you guys for tuning in today so very much. We love doing this type of thing. So if you have any questions, or if you find other people that have questions and need they want to sit down with us one-on-one, or if we need to do another one of these sessions, we're happy to do so. Just let us know.
Yes.
Guys,
Bye,
enjoy the rest of your
everybody.
day.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.